stereotypes in their head. They have these all the time. There's a lot of people that are about that. And I see this fucking constantly. It's just, they're so stupid. And it's like, I don't even, like, a lot of them are not even super offensive. They're just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, just the way she talked and just like everything. It's like, this is fucking stupid, man. This is a prime example? Yeah. Casual racial ignorance? Yeah, it's just like, man, come on, bro. Racism's in people's DNA. I mean, like, look. I think that to a degree that's true. But there are a lot of things that are in people's DNA. Was that out of context? What context is, what context do you need? What's the context that you need? Yeah, it's also like, I don't think this is something that I'm like just super like, there's like a scale of like how bad a racial comment is in my mind. There are some that are like really fucking bad, and there's some that are just casual, dumb, stupid stereotypes. And I don't think any of them are okay, but there's certainly one that's worse than another, right? There's some that are worse than others. This one is not terrible. It's just stupid. Intentions matters too. She was vile. It did seem kind of, I don't know about vile, but it just felt like really weird. Why do you get to judge the scale though? Because I exist and I want to. Why do you get to judge me judging it? I don't get to judge or anything like that. The thing is that nobody gets to judge and be the unilateral authority on it. We're having a conversation. I'm asserting my opinion about this, and that's all it comes down to. Everybody makes everybody has a scale for things, of course. The reality is that even if there are differences between people racially, that doesn't mean that those differences apply to the individual. It's actually a lot the same from what I was talking about with like Saudi Arabia or China or something like that. Just because this is a stereotype or something like this does not mean that it applies to the individual. And I think that's what that's the bad thing, is whenever you take a individual, a person, and then you relegate them down to a stereotype. Coloring nose big only applied to her. Her response applied to a whole race in front of tens of thousands of viewers.
Our soldiers grow weary.
I mean, both are. I don't know. I mean, they're both bad. Like,
and drive the Naga back
again,
to the
like this is what I said before. It's just, it is what it is. A take on people who find racist jokes comical, no flame or anything. Curious what your insight is. I think that, like, if you're telling, like, I love Dave Chappelle, for example. Like, I mean, absolutely. I think that there's plenty of racial jokes that are funny to me. I feel like we all watched the Chappelle show back in the day. It was great. Like Clayton Bigsby, holy fuck, right? But the thing is that there are some people that make, they make racist jokes. Like, I think, like, there's a difference to me between, like, a racial joke and a racist joke. I think there are people that make, like, have you ever had somebody who actually, you could tell, actually has genuine prejudice in them? tell a joke like that, it comes off completely differently. Yeah, it comes off completely differently. And also, it's like talking and like making jokes like that with your friends that you trust is like one thing. Going out and making those jokes constantly to people that, you know, it might make them uncomfortable or they might dislike it, that's something else. That's why Dave Chappelle quit the show. I think there's a lot of reasons why he quit the show. I looked into some of it and I saw what you're talking about. But, I mean, he still does make comments like that, and he still makes plenty of social commentary, even now. So it's not like he stopped doing that. It's just that it was an insight that he had.
The fall of Dalaran begins
The tone in her
here.
voice
These
tells her,
prisoners
yeah,
will
yeah.
stain the streets.
Turn that off. He still makes those jokes? Yeah, he still makes those jokes. It's whatever. And I think that's the thing, is that, really what it comes down to is trust. And I mean, this goes back as far as who was it? George Carlin had a bit about this back 50 years ago, 40 years ago, about like what the difference between like him telling a racial joke and Richard Pryor telling a racial joke. And you can go up there and watch that. I think it's still relevant in a lot of ways. Everything should be able to be joked about, but not everybody can pull it off. Well, I feel like there's a lot of jokes. Like, here's the thing, is that everything should be joked about if you're doing it with good intent. But I do feel like there are people who are not doing it with good intent. They're doing it to be an asshole and to make you mad, or because they are assholes and they're just acting like it's a joke because they're looking to not have accountability for it, basically. I think racial jokes, real undertones could be represented in WoW for comedy. I think greenskins or goblins. Nah, I don't really think so. Yeah, I don't really think so. I think that most of the racial undertones in WoW are more elements of bad writing rather than being harmful. Check out Patrice O'Neal. What makes you think I haven't already? Of course I know who Patrice O'Neal is. Of course. The Goblin thing is wild, though. Yeah, I mean, like, they got pissed off about that in Harry Potter, too. It's kind of, you know, like what's happened is that the stereotypical goblin has like similarities with like a racially stereotyped Jewish person, right? And this has been very common in Harry Potter, in WoW. People have brought this up, and it's like at this point, like is this something that needs to change? It's very hard to change something because I think a lot of people look at goblins and they never think of that. Like, this is not part of the this is like, it's completely invisible to them because they're not thinking in terms of racial stereotypes all the time. It's the same as, like, remember back whenever they added that what do you call it, they added that was that fucking thing, dude. How am I? The Warlock hat. It was the Warlock hat that looked like it was from the KKK. Remember that? Yeah. And people got pissed off about it. And Blizzard apologized and fixed it. Well, most people didn't see it. I'll be honest with you guys. It was the first thing I thought of. It was the first fucking thing I thought of. I saw that helmet and I was like, that is not a, that's not a Warlock helmet. That is a Grand Wizard helmet. What the fuck? Now, it didn't offend me because I assumed that it was not done on purpose. I'm not like, I assume that there's actually not some secret neo-Nazi or KKK member and, you know, like inside a Blizzard doing this. I don't think that's what happened, but, I mean, maybe. Who knows? Tell me most people didn't see it? Can't tell me a Blizzard did not see it? Fucking swear they did, didn't care? I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, I think it's just, like, it's just such a huge accusation to assume that, like, Blizzard added a KKK hat. Like, that's so big. Yeah, like, I mean, the thing is, like, that's, you know what I always say about, like, judging, like, how extreme something is, and, like, the more extreme it is, the less likely I am to believe it. I feel like that's super fucking unlikely. Blizzard called a weapon the N-word? Yeah, the axe, right? That was like Blizzard from 2004, though. I mean, I don't think somebody working there... Like, cultural norms have changed. No, it was N-I-C-K-E-R. It was like Nick and then E-R. I'm not going to say it because... I just think it would be better if I didn't. But, yeah. I don't remember that one. Yeah. RBG. Nah, I'm just chilling. I'm probably gonna get off in like just a few minutes here. I'm just hanging out right now. I guess I'll do one more thing today. That's a real word, though. You're right. That's true. You're right. So every white cone is now automatically a KKK mask. Oh my god, like, I'm gonna read some of your comments. You might get banned. You're pretty close, man. You're pretty close, Saint Sinner. You are really close. I'm not gonna ban you, but you're really close. Calling an axe shaped like a razor blade, that doesn't seem wrong. Okay, let's assume they didn't do it on purpose. Okay. I would still just not put it... It's the same, remember, like... Occam's razor strikes again. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a way. I'm trying to think of a way to. A way to explain it. Generally, I think it's better to avoid using things or having things in the game that can be used as a double meaning. I think that a lot of people would use it that way, and this is the way, like, it's kind of like it's like a path of least resistance argument. Like, I feel like this is probably what's going to happen, and because it's probably what's going to happen, it's just better if you just call it something else. And this is the same thing with, remember I told you guys about, like, my emote, the Asmon Coon emote? A lot of people here in Texas call raccoons coons. Unfortunately, that's also used as a racial slur. And it was a picture of Asmon. That's the Asmon love emote. I originally wanted to call it Asmon Coon. And my partner manager said, yeah, that's fine, but people could use it as like a racial thing. And it's like, okay, well, you know, I guess that makes sense. We're not going to do that. So that's the thing, right? And it's like, do you want to... It's kind of like, don't create ways that this can happen, I guess. Like, I don't think it's like a huge deal, and I feel like it would be like really easy to tell when people are using it badly or not. But in general, I try not to create traps. So like, if something is used in a way that would get you banned 90% of the time, then maybe it's just better to not have it. It's just easy. It's simpler for everybody, and that's it. Don't open the public up to those forms of expression. Is that kind of what you mean? No, it's just a lead me not into temptation argument, really. Like don't create something that people will often misuse. Waze Cop got banned because a lot of tickets were avoided, so people instead used a dead dog icon to represent cops. Jesus. You know, it's like using a word. It's the shittiest Asmon hot take I've ever heard, and Asmon has some really shitty takes. Let's see. We're gonna do this. I gotta go. We're gonna do one chatter, okay, guys? It's just only one chatter. It has nothing to do with the N-word. Anyone says otherwise is actually stupid. Nobody says it does. All kind of sound like the N-word. Better ban those too. They don't. This phonetically sounds the same, and this phonetically doesn't. It just doesn't. Honestly, people need to stop reading into shit. Because there's some people that absolutely fixate, like it like legitimately triggers them whenever somebody has any sort of a like any sort of like a reasonable perspective on anything that involves this. He's right, they do sound the same. So you think this word sounds just as much like the N-word as vigor does? You really think this is the same? It's not the same. Yes, you're pronouncing it differently. It does. Can you listen? Only focusing on one word is dumb as invalid. Some of these trolls have mental issues. Yeah, it's just nuts, man. Pronunciation plays a big part. Well, let's read and see what kind of person this is, right? Software reminiscent, Dark Souls 3, Fight Havel, it's whatever. It's Dark Souls shit. And there's Alpha. Wash out something like this, people not sanding shit. It was okay bound at EVE Online Red for posting these. Yeah, apparently the quotations are like it's like a Jewish thing. I didn't know this either. Here we go. It literally doesn't matter. Source defined as a word. This is whenever we were talking about cracker. Tagging people based on pure on their skin color ethnicity is sometimes acceptable. English used to call poor Celtic citizens crackers. Literally means bro, trust me. Hassan knew it was coming. He doubled down on it. I like the part where Hassan lives in a religion with a lot of gay people. And he has to subcategorize them as cis white gay. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. And when it says some swords are okay and others are not, is actual smooth brain. I just, I see stuff like this. Is there a mixed bag in the UA? This seems like a nothing burger. Why was she bringing breast milk to work? I'm done. I want to illustrate for you guys a lot of times how these chatters that I ban for disagreeing with me, these are like broken clocks. They're right, I agree with them with the slurs thing. But it's these kinds of people, it's not for disagreeing with me categorically. It's the way that you express yourself. Oh, you fucking despawned whenever I went next. Are you fucking kidding me? You despawn whenever I walk up to you? Fuck you. Fuck you, Blizzard. Not American, it's unusual for women to have to lactate. The dude was a shit chatter anyway. Yeah, like you could tell that, like what I'm saying is like you could tell that a person like that, this is a person who is like super emotionally invested in this. They're getting really upset. They're getting mad about it. Like this person's mad in real life about this. I guarantee it. Because that's why all the times that I had conversations like this, they had to get their 2 cents in because they feel really strongly about this. And I find it to be very frustrating And that's all I want to say is that I see people like this, and whenever I pull up their logs, it's almost never just one thing. It's like one weird thing after another. And whenever you finally get them, you can look through everything that they've said, and it's just fucking insane. Like, why was the woman bringing breast milk to work? Like, holy shit, man. And it's like, the thing is that I'm a very, you know, as I said, I'm a very relaxed, chilled out guy. So like someone coming in with that kind of energy that's just like really just like accusatory, emotionally charged, aggressive, angry. I don't want to deal with it. Like I don't want to deal with people like that in general, man. My take on offensive words, actually proposing the useless job where their sole purpose was find, create more offensive stuff, keep their jobs alive. Oh, yeah. Finding offensive words, actually proposing. So, don't you think that it can exist like the... So, let me ask you something, because I'm sure that this is going to attract the three-head hypocrite accusation. But wait, you said, let me say. I'm gonna address this and then I'm gotta go. I think that using slurs against people is bad. And I think that there are people that just simply go around looking for problems. They're looking for problems. They're looking for something that they can complain about and beat their drum to. These are hammers looking for nails. These are people who are perpetually offended. They are perpetually angry. They are perpetually oppressed. They always find a way to victimize themselves, and they are obnoxious. But once again, a stopped clock is right twice a day. Sometimes, whenever you see something, a reasonable person could assume that the majority of uses of a certain item name will result in it will result in things that are negative. It will result in harassment. It will be used with like a racial context. And it's just easy to avoid having that problem by removing it or changing the name. Because you predict that people are going to do it this way. That's all. Censor? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just easier to change the name. And I feel like if you're talking about censorship, I feel like it's just such a disingenuous thing to say that changing the name of an item or changing the image of an object in the game is the same as like government censorship or like media censorship. Like, these are just not, like, they are ultimately the same thing. You're right, they are ultimately the same thing. In the same way that censorship, the CCP's censorship, is ultimately the same thing as me banning somebody in my chat. Because they make it to where you can't talk to, and so do I. But this is just a gross oversimplification of the issue. I think it's just it's kind of like if you have like a little kid and you have a bunch of outlets and there's a fork on the ground, then you know the kid will pick up the fork and he might put it in the outlets because that's what kids might do. Don't you think it's just a better idea to pick up the fork and put it back in the drawer? That's all I'm saying. This is reasonable. I also dislike things that can be because 5 people were using this in a bad way, we're going to get rid of it. But I feel like the more on the nose something is, the more I'm willing to say, yeah, it's probably better if we call it something different. See what I'm saying? Easy pass people keep finding new things, like saying KYS by saying level yourself until we're left with nothing. Well, what is your argument? That you should be able to tell somebody to kill themselves? I mean, I think that if you tell somebody that, you should be suspended or banned. Like, what's the logic here? Like, I think that if there's a certain level of trash talk, like telling somebody you're garbage at the game whenever you kill them, I don't think should warrant a ban or a suspension. But if you tell them that every single time that you beat them, that's a bit much. It's just, I feel like this is all common sense. Or if they block you and then you go on another character to get around the block so you can call them garbage again. This is different than just saying it to somebody once. Oh, I'm Fury. That's crazy. I thought I was Arms. Oh my god, why do you have to walk over here? People do online because they can't be touched IRL. Yeah, I mean, of course they do. Like, all I'm saying is that, I agree with you that, like, the oversimplification of, like, well, nobody can harass anybody because we're just going to get rid of every bad word. Like, I don't want to do that either. And I think the only reason Blizzard does that is because it's cheaper. Nice, I got 5 of them. It's cheaper than actually paying GMs. If I insult you or be racist, banning certain words won't solve the problem, but it will help. No, you're right. And that's what I'm saying, right? Is that this goes back to, this is the last point I'm going to make, that I'm literally going to, I have to go to bed. It's almost 5 and I'm trying to go to bed earlier and earlier. Last point I'm going to make is it's a lot like banning tryhard. Like 95% of the people that were using it in a racial way. And by 95, I mean 99. Probably 99.9% of people were using it that way. So at a certain point, this is just common sense. In my mind, it's common sense. And also, to say that people will just use another word, that did not, they'll just use something else, but they didn't. Then explain why they didn't. They used Command-Bra. Command-Bra was banned too. But it was banned for a different reason. It was banned because I didn't want to say the word black because people would just spam Command-Bras. It was just super annoying. It wasn't even really racist, it was just annoying. What I'm saying is that I did something that everybody told me wouldn't work. My chat insisted, no, if you ban tryhard, the racists will just use another emote. And do you know what happened? They didn't. It was gone. Yeah, they tried for a little bit, then they gave up. Yeah. There was like, I would say welfare, and one person would put a black person emote in chat, and they'd get banned, and nobody would see it, and nobody would care. Problem solved. Lamal, he cured racism? I would say that by removing that, it removed 95%. And I also removed Anel and Ming Li too for the same reason. By removing those 3 emotes, it removed 95% of the negative connotation racial quote jokes. Like 95% of it was gone. That was your worst take? Well, no, this isn't a take. This is just what happened. So like what you're really disagreeing with is reality because you don't want it to be true. You're telling me that this isn't a take. This is what happened. Don't understand where this emote's degrading. It was showing a person with black skin. I don't know, man. It's just like, I think it's just, it creates a really like, I don't know, like let's say you're a black guy, right? And you go into chat and like every fucking time someone says welfare or some other shitty black stereotype, everybody puts a picture of a black person in chat because the stereotype is black people are on welfare. Fuck that. That's bullshit. Removing emotes with POC, isn't that also a problem? No. It's toxic as fuck. People still use Billy emotes when white stereotype comes up. It's more socially accepted. It's because people use K-Kona for a type of white people and people use tryhard for all black people. So I thought one was more cultural and the other one was just generally racist. Once you're left only with white people's faces stream modes, people will call you racist for that. Well, why would I have that problem? Yeah, why would I have that? Why would that even happen? Well, people just spamming the troll. I don't know, man. Like, I just think it's just like such a shitty troll. I mean, isn't it? I don't know. I think it is. And it's, again, like, it just, I don't know. I think it just sucks. I think it makes people, like, for example, like, I'll go in and, like, I'll say, like, for a race as a troll. Well, I think that, like, I think there's just a lot of people that just, like, don't want to fucking deal with that shit, man. Was there anything a shitty troll in a real opinion? I don't know. I mean, the context behind it, the person, etc., right? I mean, it was easy to do it. Why should they have to? Just because some idiot thinks it's funny? I don't know what you mean by that. Why streamers it's viewed as funny at the time and chatters like to relate? It was a weird time. Well, the thing is, like, there were a lot of people, and like, this is the truth. There were a lot of people that make these kinds of jokes and, like, they don't even care about, there's like, it doesn't really matter to them. Like, they don't have an emotional investment with this. This is just, this is Marco Polo for them. They're not thinking about the impact of their words. They're not thinking about what they're saying, like if it affects other people another way. It's just they're just doing the meme. Hey, we're gonna do the meme. That's it. It's just fun for some people. Yeah, exactly. Why would they? It's the truth to them? No, the thing is, like, I feel like it's disingenuous to think that every single person posting the tryhards in chat was a genuine racist. No, they were not genuine racists. They're just posting this because it's the meme, right? Like, yeah, I think it's very important, in my opinion, to understand and be able to differentiate people that are actually malicious with bad intent and people that are just caught up in something because they think it's funny, or they think it's, you know, this is the thing that you're supposed to do. Who loved shit on a global level? Yeah, exactly. Want to just double jump? Shut up. I can't. There's Twitch meme culture, which I enjoyed. Yeah, and like the meme culture is okay, but I think at a certain point it's just, as I said before, the way that I look at things is, like, for example, if I knew that a community, like, let's use, this is the last point, okay? This is the last point that I'm going to bed. All right? I remember back remember the whole conversation about using the word cracker. I would be less likely to go into a chat that is using that word regularly, not because it really offends me, but because of what it means to those people. What it means to those people is that they're using something that is degrading to me intentionally, it would make me less likely to go to that stream. Why would I want to go somewhere where people are constantly showing hostility towards me for something that I can't control? It's something that I would find very uncomfortable, and I would not like. So I assume that black people probably feel the same way whenever tryhard was used. Is that a big leap? It's common sense. I think Asian guys probably feel the same thing that I do. You know, oh, Ming Lee again? Oh, math? Okay, oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. This is just like, it probably doesn't really, like, they don't think about it. They're not mad. Like, it's not like they need therapy for this. But it's just annoying. It's lazy and annoying. And it's othering for people. Because I think one of the good things about the internet is the fact that right now it doesn't matter what we look like. It doesn't matter how much money we have. It doesn't matter our race, if we're a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is our name in chat and what we're saying. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't want to go backwards with that. It's the same thing with, I'm sure, Arabs, right? I have a lot of Arabs that watch my stream. A lot of guys from the Middle East watch my stream. Every time I say bomb, there's an N-L. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, it's just like, it's too much. And again, I'm basing it off of how I would feel. That's how I generally make decisions. Is that if this was happening to me, would I like this or not? Not entirely true, but I understand your point. And enemies helpful in some social apps. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, because like if somebody's name isn't fucking Chinese, they're probably from China, right? Yeah, you're sure. But I think that like in a general sense, it's true. How can you ban Bat Chest? Because I hate classic Andes. And there were so many unironic Bat Chest comments during Classic WoW that whenever I see a Bat Chest comment, it pisses me off. Bat Chest is a classic Andy. How do you know what the demographics of your chat are? Like, let's say I'm talking about, like, religion, and, like, I see a bunch of dudes pop up, because I was saying, like, I wanted to read the Quran, because, like, I've always been, like, critical of like, religion, especially, like, Islam, because it's like you grow up, like, September 11th, everything like this, and you hear about, like, Sharia law, and, like, all this bad stuff about the Middle East, and, like, Islam. But, like, I thought about it myself. And what do I really know about this? Nothing. I've just heard other people tell me this. Like I don't really know what it says. Like I want to know for myself. So I know what's real and what's not. Because I don't like getting fucked around and told what to think whenever shit is not what it really is. Like I read the Bible when I went to church many years. I did not read the Bible front to back, but I have a much better understanding of the Bible than I do of the Quran. Obviously, because like culturally I grew up a Catholic. It's the same thing with like Hinduism and things like that. I've read a lot of things about it, but I'd really want to see what's actually said. That's really what I'm saying. Different interpretations of the Quran versus. Yeah, I'm sure. Like if I invested my time into reading it, I would do it with that context in mind. Like, trust me, like I'm fully aware about like about different interpretations and different translations. You read anything about Taoism? Not probably for over 10 years, to be honest. I have the book. What's it called? Fuck. I don't remember the Tao Chi Ching. Yeah, I have that one. Like, yeah, I probably have not read it in 10 years. Book of Mormon. Can you make fun of religions? Like, just straight up make a joke out of it? If you can, I would in that situation. You can? I mean, I don't have any interest in learning anything about Mormonism. Let me just say that. I would rather read Dianetics. That's bad, huh? Anyway, yeah, I gotta get to bed. But yeah, I hope that you guys can see my perspective on this. And I try to take a pretty measured approach with this. And I try to have, just in general, common sense solutions. I'm not a huge extremist with this. I think it's fine to, again, analyze people's intent. You know, is this a person who's genuinely a racist, or somebody who's just making lay epic meme? I think it's important to differentiate the two. So yeah, that's all I'm really saying, is that I really do try my best to make the best decisions possible for the community, and I try my best to do what I think is the best. I think about it all the time. It's very interesting to me. It's like, what is the right thing to do in, like, you know, X or Y situation. I spend a lot of time thinking about it, and that's why, you know, I have like so many examples and things like that, because I think about it all the time. So I think it's very important. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will probably see you again tomorrow. Hopefully earlier. Hopefully fucking earlier. Alright, see you later. Peace.